Good morning, everyone. Today is August 1st, 2018. Before we begin, the disclaimer on trading, please do not trade with funds you cannot afford to lose. Trading is risky. It's not for everyone. You can lose all your money. You can make a lot of money
Order filled.
and obviously use stops when you trade. The example that I'm going to show you today using the Atlas line as well as the at the open 2 is basically a long signal provided by the software which indicates that we're looking for an opportunity to be a buyer. Now, it doesn't matter if you're using the Atlas line today or the at the open 2, the signals occurred at the same time, both going long. And that's a good thing. We do want to see when you have more than one method or idea to the long side or to the short side. Even if you're using your own methods, make sure you have a combination of methods that indicate long or short. In addition to just jumping in and going long when you're following signals, always have your stops in place. I also feel that a target, a specific target, is very important. And so with a stop, you know if the market fails, it protects you. With a target, you have something specific that you're looking forward to. In this case, what I use is the ATR, the average true range, which I've been teaching for many years, indicating that the market should move equivalent to what it has already done. So you can see the ATR indicator at the bottom, which is indicating 2 points, 8 ticks. I can expect the market to move 2 points or 8 ticks, and if not, use a stop to get you out of the trade. Part of the training that we do is not just using one stop, but a combination of stops, which means have a stop for time, have a stop for proof or evidence, and have a stop for a catastrophe in case it all goes wrong and goes against you. So a specific target, specific stops, try to be as mechanical as possible, even though that's difficult for many traders, but try to be as mechanical as possible and really looking at price action. The less information with moving averages and MACDs and stochastics and momentum, the less of that you have on your chart, the better. Because really understanding why you're going long, where the target is and where the stop is key to keeping it simple. You can purchase the Atlas Line software separately, as well as the At the Open 2 software separately. The At the Open 2 software is now available for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. But if you'd like to have a more complete package with all the indicators, licenses, and the program courses, you can join the Next Group Mentorship class beginning August 14th, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. And all the classes are recorded. Training and support is always included. When you look at this specific signal here to go long, it's important also to understand you shouldn't be trading if there's any specific news events that occur at the time of a trade. Some traders forget about that and they jump in right in front of a news event. I think that's a very bad idea, and it's part of the rules not to trade during news. This signal to the long side, because it had both Atlas line and at the open 2 both indicating long, I think is a good high probability trade. If it does complete the 2.8 tick target, we're done with this trade and we'll be looking for the next trade, whatever it happens to be, whether it be a pullback or strength trade or a blueprint or a roadmap. Each of the methods taught has a set of rules. For example, the 5-minute chart has a larger target and larger stop. When looking at a 1-minute chart, when using the trade scalper method, the rules dictate a 2 to 3 tick target. So each of the methods are used for specific situations. If you're scalping, it's one situation. If you're using a 5-minute chart, it's a different situation. As long as you're following the rules, the recordings of the training are very important. A lot of traders really enjoy watching and reviewing the lessons at their own pace, and that way you get to absorb the material and you also get to ask questions at your own pace. Now, the target here of 28, 24.50, once it hits the
Target
target,
filled.
you should be finished. Trailing a stop is also an option, but I would much rather teach getting in, getting out, and being done, and maybe even shutting down the computer instead of looking for the next opportunity, which may or may not come right away.